gentlemen, it's another brilliant episode of Film Banter.
Episode 99.
Also retitled Film Ranter for my fellow thespian appreciator, Mr. Christopher.
Yes, last week I was very excited.
Christopher J. Picard.
And I didn't let you get a word in, apparently.
I know, I couldn't get a word in.
Like I said last week, now you know how I feel most
Film
evenings
Ranter.
on this show.
You know, that's not really true, though.
Yes, it is true.
It might have been true maybe like 6 months ago,
No.
but I'm so much more respectful now. I truly am.
You've gotten better, but for the first 80 episodes or so of this show, you were...
Yeah, but now we're up
gracious.
to 100, so the last 20 episodes I've been a
So
pretty good
I
boy.
applaud your recent
Well, thank you.
respect of my thoughts.
No, I do.
No,
I
you're
do
good.
appreciate
we,
it.
we both talk all over each other, so we've
We
gotten
do
better.
indeed.
We've gotten
And,
better.
you know, a lot of people do complain about that, but it's who we are. We are enthusiastic.
We were
as
speaking
you
at
said.
dinner earlier tonight, and sometimes we jumped on each other a little bit, like a Woody Allen movie. You know, that's how life people
I
talk.
know, I suppose so. I like the way Woody writes his scripts like that so people can interrupt.
Yeah, it's good.
It is kind of cool that Woody does that.
It keeps it very real. But
Well, we're going to get right into it here because we do have a
do
big
have a lot
show.
to talk about
We're
tonight.
We're going to do Creed 2, and
We
then
are.
we're going to go over the life and times of Mr. Sylvester
Stallone tonight.
Sly Stallone.
Yes.
So we do have a lot of stuff to cover.
bring you in a little bit closer. I think you're
okay.
on the periphery. There we go.
On the,
I don't want you to be in the outskirts.
Living on the edge.
Yes.
I love that song.
for
Little
you.
Aerosmith for you there.
But for those of you that have seen all the Rocky films,
How about the Razor's Edge?
and yes, but as I was saying, all right, wait till the interlude is over.
Who
Thank
sings
you.
that?
That's AC/DC.
Exactly.
I have pretty much
I
all
love
their
that
albums.
album.
Yeah.
That's a great album. It's got Thunderstruck on it.
It's a great song. It really is. It
Yeah,
holds
it is
up,
a great tune. You know, they don't do the Razor's Edge live. I don't know why. I wish they would.
They don't.
They don't.
Maybe
But they do Thunderstruck.
Yeah, well, they have to do that. They have to do Hell's Bells. They have to do
I know.
all the big hits.
Yeah. And one of my
I saw
least
them a
favorite
couple
songs.
times live. They were good.
I did too. One of my least favorite songs they do, which is about, you know, for those about to rock.
We salute you.
Do you like that song?
I like it. It's
play
not my
and
favorite.
They blow the 1812.
Yeah, it's a cool song to
cannons
see
off,
live.
and
I've seen it live.
And Brian Johnson with his little beret.
Yeah,
there.
now he's going deaf, I think.
Well, they said that he is going deaf, but now they supposedly cured him of that,
Well,
so he
good.
can record again. But you know, they just lost their drummer, just died.
I know, I saw that. Yeah.
And of course, Angus's brother is dead also.
I know.
You know, the rhythm guitarist.
Dropping like flies.
They're dropping like flies.
And then wasn't there one of them that was allegedly accused of murder a while back and got acquitted of it? Wasn't there one
I
of
don't
them?
think that was AC/DC.
No, it was
Well, was it
somebody
AC/DC?
involved. I want to say
Well,
it
I
was
think
the
that
drummer
was
or
the
something.
drummer.
Yeah,
I think that was
yeah,
the
that
drummer.
one that just
Yeah.
died.
You're right.
Crazy. But anyway, we're digressing.
He died in prison. You know,
Probably,
of,
I don't think. I don't
overload.
think he went to jail.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he got out of it somehow. I think. I'll have to look it up later.
God bless him.
But we'll
So
continue
here we
with
go.
AC/DC banter another day. We're going to cover Creed.
We're going to cover Creed 2. Doesn't say Creed 2 here.
Oh, that's the Creed 1 poster. I'm
You
sorry.
screwed up.
No, I have them both here. I have them both here.
Oh, why?
Because we're going to obviously talk about...
Yeah, Mrs. Huxtable, ladies and gentlemen. Bill Cosby's ex-wife. Yeah.
We'll let it play. It's in there somewhere. I had the first Creed poster in there too because inevitably we would have to mention the first Creed as well.
Well, just by mentioning the word Creed,
Yeah.
you pretty much mentioned both. There's
course.
Felicia Rashad, of course.
Felicia
She's back
Rashad.
again.
Yeah. Well, here's my confusion: is that in the original Rocky films, it was Carl Weathers' wife was a different actress.
These are shitty photographs.
They're a little
Who does
pixelated.
our PR? Get him on the phone right
Honestly?
now, Josephine.
Honestly, these were high quality images, but on this TV,
Says you.
they look. There's a 4K TV.
Well,
these are not
it's
4K,
4K TV,
images.
but, yeah,
I got the highest
yes.
quality that I could find. That's why it
Mm.
takes 5 hours to cultivate the images for the
I
show.
see.
See how that's.
So
you
you've
know.
only got 3 pictures from the whole thing.
No, I have a ton of pictures here.
Well, where are they all?
They're here. I don't know
keep
why
seeing
they're
the
not
same
playing.
shit over and over and over.
I don't know why they're not going back to all of
Come
them.
on, she's praying for new pictures.
Hang on a second. I don't know what's going on here.
All right. See, she's praying.
Hang on,
again.
hang on. Keep your shorts on. Hang on.
Who's that? Andrew Dice Clay right there.
No, that's. Oh, here we go.
Stallone?
Here's the problem.
What
For
is
some reason, it started at the end. This is the Creed 2 poster. It
Okay.
should have started
All right,
here.
So we started at the
Yeah, I
beginning.
don't know.
Ah,
about
there
that.
you go.
But
Okay.
this is the
Cinemas
continuation of the Creed story. Adonis
It is indeed.
Creed, who is Apollo Creed's son.
I have a new thing to add to our show.
What do you got?
I have. This is our new thing.
Michael B. Jordan.
Our new show is our new thing to add is this. I'm going to say to you, Chris, did I like this film? And then you're going to say to me, Daryl, did I like this film?
Okay.
And I'm going to predict whether you like it. You're going to
So
predict.
you want to do
whether-
that ahead of the movie?
Absolutely.
All right. So
We
ask
don't have
me.
to do it with every.
Start right
film
now.
that we
Let's start
do,
right now.
But we're going to do it tonight.
That's a fun
So
fun
I think
feature.
it's a fun thing
Okay.
too. I love this girl right here. We just saw recently in
Tessa
that.
Thompson.
She's
in a lot now.
Knockout.
No, she's in Westworld.
Beautiful. We just saw her in that film with the guy had to talk like a white guy. Remember, she had the red hair.
Yes. Sorry to bother you.
Sorry to bother you.
She was in that as well.
You know, I like that film.
I loved seeing Dolph again, by the way.
You know, I hated that his character was such a miserable guy.
Miserable.
Like, this guy was.
He was intense.
He was
He was
amazing.
he was Ivan Drago's son in this film. Victor Drago.
I know. I saw the film today.
No, I'm telling the audience.
Oh, okay.
We do have a
Victor
camera.
Drago's son
We are
in
doing a
this
show.
film. We are doing a show. But yeah, so
But
and there's the guy you gotta fight Macedonia.
Yeah, it's it's a rematch basically, son versus son.
Adonis Creed.
Adonis Creed.
Adonis Creed.
I know. Well,
You want to see Adonis, friends? I'll rip my shirt right open.
so Daryl, did you like this film?
No.
hesitating.
You have to ask. I have to ask you, Chris.
Oh, I see what you.
No,
Okay.
You predict whether I
I
like
see.
this film. So go
Okay.
ahead, predict. Did I like this film, Chris?
I think you liked it, but I don't think you loved it. I'm guessing that you didn't love it. I'm guessing you liked it, but you didn't love it.
Okay. Now I will answer.
Answer, please.
Okay, but see, we need to also.
We got to fine tune this instead of doing it live. Fine tune it in rehearsal.
Not necessarily. No, there's no rehearsal to be done. It's just that you're going to try and interject your feelings about the film. So let me predict whether you liked it. I
Okay.
say yes, you liked it.
I did like it.
Okay.
Yeah. I went to see it with my father. We both enjoyed it.
I know, and that's also a coupling. Sometimes you'll go see a film with your wife or your friend
Sometimes
or
my
whatever,
father, yeah.
and there is an influence there. There's no question about it. If that person really enjoys the film, I'll tell you something though. I will get into it about this film. I thought this film, the first hour and 35 minutes was god awful to me. I thought the acting was atrocious. I thought Sylvester. Now, once again, as we've all said, ladies and gentlemen. Never blame an actor for how bad he comes across on film, but Sylvester is not going to get an Academy Award nomination for this film.
I don't think even if he was great, he would have anyway because he got it for the last one.
Yeah, but he's
You know?
not
And I
great
thought
in this.
he was great in the other one.
I thought he was too.
I thought Creed was one of his best performances.
I thought the script sucked. I mean, there's so little you can do. I dreaded going to see this film. But once I'm in the theater, I'm committed. I should be committed sometimes. But I just thought this film 2 hours and 10 minutes long. Obviously, a solid 2-hour film. We got to put up with 10 minutes of
I
credit,
will say it's a
which is
little
fine.
long.
It's
I
long.
agree.
It's dragged
I agree.
out. There's so much dead space, and that's the kiss of death for any movie. Dead space, dead energy on screen. Now, I like the fact that they played it down because so many times we do see movies that are so quickly edited, so poundingly
fast-paced,
intense that they come across movie dumb. They come across like just intense movie vehicles so that a director can shine his works and his manipulation and editing and
like we said
all
last
that.
week with Dragon Tattoo, we didn't get those quiet moments, those sensual
Correct.
moments. It was all just set piece, set piece,
Precisely.
set piece.
This film was all quiet
I
moments.
know we didn't get that much.
I liked
fighting.
it a little bit, but there was just so much stuff. I mean, it's like they would have a good line that maybe they should have ended the scene on.
Yeah.
But no, they kept
They would
going.
keep going.
It's like a bad skit on Saturday Night Live. They just don't know when to end the stuff. Now, this guy used to be on The Wire.
The Wire, that's Wood
And I heard
Harris.
he was
I didn't know you
fantastic.
watched The Wire.
I didn't, but
Oh.
I found out
You
about
really
him.
should. Well, that's Wood Harris. He's
know.
one of the
I heard
main
he's one of the
characters.
best- He's a bad guy.
He's a drug dealer that's
Right.
in the show every
I
season.
gotta see The Wire. Where
You
is
got
it?
it.
It's HBO?
Yeah.
Is
You have
it-
HBO?
I have HBO.
Then watch it on their. They have everything on there.
Is it on the? It's on the on-demand.
It should be
HBO?
on there. If not, you
Oh, I
can
don't
watch it on
think so.
HBO Go on the streaming platform.
Well, I can get it somewhere else too. I think
Well, you can do
I
that.
might have an aspect.
But if your
I might have
your
another Vanya.
Blu-ray box here is connected to the web, you should be able to download the HBO Go app and watch it right on there.
I can't download anything on this stuff.
You can't.
But it might be on the. No,
Or
no.
on the
This
TV.
machine. That
Well, where
particular-
is your Netflix? You operate it on this TV, correct?
Yes.
Is it on the TV, the app?
Yes.
Then you should be able to download
This
the HBO
box
Go app on
has
here.
no apps on it.
All right, so you get it through your TV.
Yeah, correct.
I guarantee you can get the HBO Go
All
app
right,
on
all
your
right.
TV. Watch it there.
I have it on my phone also.
Here's what I
want
want to say: The Wire.
Okay.
It is a slow build.
Everybody
it's
says.
slow,
I hear
but it's
awesome.
fucking incredible.
I hear-
it is the best procedural you'll ever see.
I
And
hear that all
Dominic
the time.
West is awesome as the lead. He plays
I
this guy
will watch.
McNulty.
And
He's
Michael B.
great.
Jordan's in it, too.
He's in as a young kid.
Yeah.
You're gonna see so many familiar faces.
I
It's
can't
a
wait.
great,
I will
great
watch
show.
it. I promise.
Yeah.
How many episodes I got to sit through for this?
Well, it's 5 seasons. Each season's about 12 episodes or less.
Oh wow.
So it's a commitment.
So it's 50. It's a Breaking Bad. It's a 5
Yeah,
seasons.
roughly. It's rough 5 seasons.
Of,
Yeah.
you know, 60
But each
episodes.
season builds on the Baltimore
Cool.
drug
No.
trade.
I'll check it out for sure. This film, I'll tell you though, the first hour and 40 minutes. I mean, I recited the plot in my head before I walked in the door. It's
Yeah, of
always the
course.
same
I know.
stuff. I mean, okay, boy gets the heavyweight champion. Okay, fights the next fight. Of course, kind of loses. And it's, it's the same, boy gets girl, boy loses girl, boy gets girl again.
I understand.
It's the same
It's
shit
the same,
over and
same
over.
formula. I know.
But I gotta say, the end fight is spectacular.
It's great.
It's great.
It always
had
is.
me emotional. Little tears in my eyes. I mean, I was moved by it. I did like the also scene they go train in a desert.
That was cool.
That was kind of cool.
That was a cool scene.
It looked real. It
did.
felt real. I thought Stallone was just so misused in this. I'm going to mention one thing, and this was the story I was about to tell you as we were leaving the restaurant this evening. We ate at Kitchley's, by the way, a wonderful thin crust pizza place. If you've never been there, please
delicious.
check it out.
Check it out,
It's just
Ramsey, New Jersey.
wonderful. And your dinner should have been more than mine because you had the meatballs for God's
Mine was
sakes.
more expensive
I
than
know,
yours.
dude.
So
Yeah,
Thank
there you go.
Mine was more.
I know.
So what are you saying it should
Well,
have been?
I had the Coke, and then you had the
Well, it evens out because
water.
what you had for the water,
All right,
I
all
had
right,
for
all
the
right.
soda. I had
Here's
for the
this
meatballs.
story. I had a guy sitting next to me, an older guy. I think his pants were half down around his ankles. It was an old guy. Got up about 3 times to go pee.
Oh.
Right, this guy. No, actually twice. Okay, so during the film, there is a little subplot going on, and we never find out the end result of this subplot.
Okay.
And it concerns a light that is outside Sylvester Stallone's house.
He makes a phone call about it.
Makes a phone call about, well, he mentions it to Michael
Yeah,
B.
no,
Jordan.
exactly.
Then he makes a phone call about
Yes.
it. End result. So I turn to the guy at the end of the film and I say, hey, you know what? They never told us about that goddamn light. He goes, yeah, you're right. And the guy was very quiet and, but as soon as I said that, he goes, yeah, they never did. And they had the perfect opportunity, too, because one of the final scenes is Sylvester Stallone arriving at his place.
I was expecting that.
And it should have been in darkness.
I know.
Should have been in darkness. And he glances over, and there's the light lit. End of film.
I was expecting that, and we didn't
And
get
they
it.
didn't.
I
They
don't know.
totally
We missed that opportunity.
screwed up.
You're right. I forgot about that
They
until now.
fucked up.
Yeah.
They fucked up.
I was expecting that light.
I was too. I mean, okay, you mentioned it once. Okay, it's a throwaway. He makes a phone call.
You
Hey,
expect-
the light is
yeah,
the
payoff.
light. Yeah, I want
Exactly.
Here's the goddamn light.
Yeah.
I gotta wait for the DVD edition to see the uncut footage of a stupid light. I mean, that was just bad news. There was another thing too that they. The baby's hearing.
Yes.
We have a baby here. Now, we're supposed to believe that she's that Michael B. Jordan's wife. He marries her in this film, no big secret.
No.
And he marries her, and we're supposed to believe that she's a rock star, or not a rock star, but she's a star.
Hearing impaired, yeah.
And she's hearing impaired.
Yeah.
We get the feeling that maybe
Well, they
the
showed
only
in
way
the first
we know
one.
that.
The first one, they went into depth about her deafness.
Oh, okay. I don't
yeah.
even remember.
No,
that.
it was a major element about her character in the first film.
okay.
She has this whole scene where she's explained him about her hearing. She has
Oh,
the
okay.
hearing aids.
I don't even remember the first
it's
film.
in that film.
You know,
It's in there.
this movie is so formula ridden. I forgot the first one as soon as I saw it. I liked the first one though.
Me too.
I thought the first
It
one
was
was
excellent.
good. And of course, Variety magazine was saying that this did escape the sequel syndrome of being, faring poorly at the
It's
box
getting
office.
exceptional reviews.
Made $60 million on the
did.
first weekend.
We'll get a 3.
Well, no, not 60. Made 60 between that and Wreck-It
Wreck-It
Ralph.
Ralph made a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
It was the
Well, they
biggest
both-
weekend of the holiday weekend
Yeah,
ever.
in the history
Of
of
Thanksgiving weekends.
Thanksgiving weekend, yeah,
Yeah.
it was 60 million divided between the two films.
Yes.
But I gotta say, man, I could never watch this film again. It was torture. It was torture.
Now, I don't know if I would watch it again, but I enjoyed it. I had a good time watching
Okay.
it. As you said, it's predictable. You know what's going to happen.
Oh my God.
But I enjoyed. again, I always enjoy Stallone's character as Rocky. I respect and I enjoy the way that he has allowed this character to grow. It's
Yeah.
not just a one-dimensional guy. Rocky could have been a one-dimensional character, but with each movie, especially the last few,
Yeah.
Rocky Balboa, which is my favorite of the Rocky films, and Creed,
It was a good film.
we really see a lot more depth in this guy mourning for his wife. He's got the restaurant. He's got cancer in the last one. He's now mentoring. He's getting older. He's got a strained relationship with his son.
Yeah.
See, for me, that
Okay, no.
arc of Rocky
All right.
as a man
No.
really kept me into it. Now,
Okay.
if they make another Creed and they decide that they're going to kill Rocky, which probably is going to be an inevitability
Yeah.
if these movies continue,
die, yeah.
I will tell you, I'm probably going to lose any interest in seeing those films.
Yeah.
Rocky is the glue that keeps most of us with it. And I don't know. I like Michael B. Jordan. I'm switching to B and J. I'm thinking he's a very good actor.
I've switched to BJ once in a
I'm
while
sure you
myself.
have. I think he's very good.
Yeah.
But I don't love the character the way I love Rocky, you know, and it's just the nature of when you're.
It's the same damn movie.
I know, you know, and so we'll see if I.
And at least
if
the
I
Rocky
stay,
3 and 4 and
stay
5,
tuned.
they were all 90 minutes. 2 hours and
It's
10
2
minutes.
hours 10.
This was
Well,
torture.
no, I think some of the other Rockies were about 2 hours.
Torture to watch this film.
But I
Also-
enjoyed it. It's a 3-star film. I'm not going to go further than 3.
I'm going to film rant on you, buddy.
Go for it.
Okay, as I'm walking out of the theater, right, there's a guy on his phone, and he's talking to somebody like the fight just, you know, like the fight scenes just happened.
There were people in the theater cheering when I watched
Well,
it.
of course,
Yeah.
of course. But this guy, it was an older guy, he's on his phone, and he goes, yeah, you know, he loses the first one, and then he comes back and he wins the other. But, and then he says, but Stallone's face is all messed up. He's got the, and I, as I'm walking by, I pointed at him and I said, Botox. And he goes, yeah, he had the Botox.
He
and
did,
he does.
unfortunately,
Look at Stallone's face.
I know,
Oh
it's-
my God,
it looks
around
like
the
clay.
eyes. Yeah, around the eyes, you know. And he had a classic face. You know, he's got
I
the
know.
basset hound eyes.
Yeah.
I mean, that's part of his appeal is that, and to get older and you know, you wouldn't expect a guy like Sly Stallone to go into the egocentric, you
It's a
know,
shame.
vanity world of having to, you know, Burt Reynolds' eyes, his face. I mean, look at Burt when he died. He looked like he
know.
died 3 years before he
Like
did.
Joan Rivers or
His face
something.
was melting
I know.
on Burt. You know, his cheeks were down here. His eyebrows were up. I mean, he just looked god awful.
Yeah.
Well, Joan Rivers, no, her I didn't mind because she just looked like a glazed potato. You know, she just was, you know, like this. She had that standard
I know.
Hollywood look, you know, wherever you can bounce a quarter off her face. But I'll tell you, you know,
So you don't recommend Creed 2?
you know, I recommend it because the end fight scene was so
Yeah.
good. But we have 2 hours of build to get to that fight scene. But I think if you're into the character, this scene was wasted, I thought.
It was cool, but it could have been more.
It could have been. I mean, he doesn't even say anything through 90% of the whole film. Dolph does the
It's
whole
Dolph's
thing.
scene,
And
yeah.
you know something? I personally believe that if they met each other 30 years later, then it would be like, "Hey, how are you, my friend?" You know.
Well, they're playing off
They
the Dolph's
obviously-
character is very bitter.
I know
And
they're playing.
he's
it
blaming
like-
everything on him.
I know, man. So it's bullshit. But look at the eyes. You can see right here. He's trying to look young. He's trying to look young. I mean,
Oh, he's 72.
you know, but still, character, my man, character. That's what we're building here as we age.
Of course.
Yeah, and
Well, I still
Anyway.
enjoyed it. I didn't
I'm glad you
find
did.
it as nauseating and flawed as you.
I
mean, yeah, it's
acting
formula.
was- the
Yeah, it's a
acting
little
was
slow.
bad.
I didn't think the acting was that bad.
Oh, well, I
I
like
actually
Michael
liked
B.
some of the scenes
I
quite a
like
bit.
Michael B. I thought he was great.
He was great.
He's
I think
the only
he's
one
very
with any
capable.
inner drive. I just
See,
thought
I thought Stallone was fine.
it wasn't the act. Oh, I didn't like Stallone. When a couple times when he was talking, little inflections that he made that a normal older man would not make.
Really? I'd have to
Yeah, and
revisit
attempted
it.
acting. I didn't care for it, but that's okay. Listen, we have to judge the film we saw, and what we saw was
And this guy,
It
he
was
looks
fairly
like Edward James
entertaining.
almost, doesn't he?
a little bit.
I kept thinking it was him.
His little brother,
Yeah.
Sal Alexandro James.
But any final thoughts before we move on?
Not really.
Yeah, we've said it all.
You know, not much to say about.
I would
this
say you
film.
can still check out Creed and have a good time.
You can still check it
Especially if you're a
out.
fan of all the other films, you gotta go see it.
Yeah, I mean, you know, don't see it for the Rocky character. See it for Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah.
He
No, he was very
shines.
good. He's
He
very
shines.
good.
And the man that he's fighting, his adversary in this film,
Very
the
good,
Drago
intimidating
son,
villain.
that guy was
Yeah.
frightening.
He was great.
He was frightening.
He's a beast too. Huge.
What is he in real life? Is he
He's a
boxer, fighter or something, or
I think he's actor fighter. His name. He's from. I think he's part Romanian.
is he?
His name is something Montaneux. I have it here.
Yeah.
He was good. Florian
excellent.
Montaneux.
Yeah, I mean the whole film, he just has one expression,
I know.
which is anger. I hate everyone.
Yeah, pretty much.
You know, it was kind of a drag. I thought the film was just badly written, but if you've seen one, you've seen them all, and if you don't want to go see this film, you don't have to, because you've seen it already.
Yeah.
But it's up to modern times filming and the way the fight scene is done at the end. Great photography, great intensity, and it came
very
together
well
at the
done.
end, and it was an emotional thing for me. So
Very good.
I kind of recommend it on that behalf, but it's a 2.5-star film tops for me.
And so now we're going to do the career of Sylvester Stallone. We're going
Okay.
to cover, obviously, we're going to spend a few minutes on the Rocky series, and then a lot of other things that he's done.
If we must.
But obviously, we know this character. We've all grown up with this character. He's really worked hard to keep this character going. He's
this character and the Rambo character, which
character.
he just won't let die.
But you got to respect the guy for he created his own stuff. He made his
Yeah.
own opportunities with writing the original film.
Yeah.
And he's directed all the other Rocky films except for the first one.
Did he do this one?
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did.
The only ones he didn't direct was the first one, which was John G. Avildsen.
Correct.
Avildsen.
You're correct.
And he also directed, Avildsen also directed number 5.
Oh, did he?
All the rest
Came
were written
back.
and directed.
Number
by
5 was the Rocky
Rambo.
Balboa film?
No, that's 6.
Oh.
Rocky 5 was the one with the street fight, Tommy Gunn. That's when they lose everything, right? They gave Paulie power of attorney and they lost all
That's
their money.
okay. I don't need to know.
Anyway, but that's the street fight at the end.
I like the way you put
yeah.
the fist up to show people he's street
Street
fight.
fight.
Yeah.
But, like I said, this is my favorite one. He's
Okay.
grieving over the loss of his
No,
wife.
I recall it.
He takes Paulie on a
Some
tour of all
emotional.
the things. It's
Was
great.
he nominated? He wasn't nominated.
No, I think he should have been for Best Actor.
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah.
he got the nom for Creed 2, which was great.
Yeah.
From Creed 1, I mean. I'm sorry. He well-deserved nomination.
Yes.
You know...
Would never get it for this.
No, not for this.
Different performance.
Different performance, I agree.
Yeah. Different.
And he had a
different
little bit
writing,
more to do
different
in the
everything.
last one, you know?
Now, is Carl Weathers, who played the original Apollo Creed,
Yes.
is he still alive?
He's still alive.
Why? It's a shame he couldn't come back as a ghost or something.
I have a feeling that he wanted too much money because he didn't even let them. And I think it was Rocky Balboa or Creed, one of
Yeah,
those two
but
movies.
I can't
he
believe
didn't
he
even
won't.
allow them to use footage of him from the other movies during a montage.
Really?
Which they did in this one.
Yeah.
But he didn't let him do it. And either it was Rocky Balboa or the one after that. He wanted too much money.
Really?
Yeah, that's what
I'm
I read.
shocked.
Yeah, it's a shame. He should have just been involved, you know.
It's too bad they killed him off, and he
In
could
part
have.
4, I know.
Yeah, it really is.
I didn't think they needed to kill off Paulie. Paulie could still be around.
Is
Burt
Burt
Young
Young
is
still
still
alive?
alive. He's
Is
still
he?
acting.
Is he?
Yeah, he's still around. Still
Honestly?
there. And he's a painter now too. I follow him on Facebook.
He's
he
a painter?
posts his paintings.
He's street fighting
And
and he's
painting.
a painter.
There you go.
But
Well, very well.
there's the wonderful
Burgess.
Mickey Burgess.
My wife worked for Burgess Meredith.
Really?
Oh yes.
How so?
She used to work. He had a big house up in Pomona, and he would literally. He has a stage. Had a stage built. Had a whole
Nice.
like a barn with a stage built on it. Had seats in it. People could come. And my wife would, and he would just get up on stage with her, the only person there.
Really?
He would get up and do characters. He'd dress up
That's
in
fun.
costumes.
Wow.
But she was there. His son had a really cool kind of name, like Vogue, or I don't remember his son's name, but Julian or something. But anyway, she would go up and she took care of Burgess's horses.
Interesting.
Up there, and he had like 3 horses, and she would go up and groom the horses, and she'd take them for a ride, a
Yeah.
spin, and she kept the horses moving and stuff. And she worked for Burgess for maybe a year or so, and she dated his son for a little while. And,
Wow, interesting.
Yeah, it was
Now,
pretty
what was
cool.
it? When was this?
My wife was probably like 21, 22, 23 and that, but she worked for Burgess Meredith and loved him.
Wow.
He was...
He seems like a great guy.
He was just the best. He was so much fun. She just loved being with him. He was always a kick. He was always on. He was always
Are
acting.
there any pictures of them together?
I
That would've been fun.
don't believe so. I don't believe she did that, but she worked with him for the longest time. She always used to just pop out with a new Burgess
Pretty
story
cool.
from time to time. Yeah, who is this supposed to be?
That's-
the
that's-
Milo. That's Milo.
That's
What's
Karen, his son. But
Yeah.
in real life, this is actually his eldest son in real life
Oh,
that
is he?
played the baby.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you know, like, there's not. I guess we don't have to say too much about Rocky, but we all know him. We all love him. We grew up with
Okay.
these films. It's what made his career.
There you go. Not
I
the
just
greatest, but-
really. Always, the thing I've always been impressed with him
Well,
is
I'm
that
glad
he's
you-
always writing and directing his own stuff. He's written a bunch of movies that he's not even in, which I think is kind of cool. He's got a project coming
Like
out.
what?
Well, I'm going to touch on it. I have the picture for later. But that fun movie with Jason Statham.
The Expendables?
No. He wrote it was with James Franco and Jason Statham. It was a movie that takes place in New Orleans. Why am I forgetting the name? I have it here.
Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, it's great.
It was called I like that film.
Yeah, he only wrote it. Homefront. That was good.
I love that film.
Came out in 2013.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wrote
Exactly.
that.
Oh, I
and
love that.
It was a great little film,
I
little
love it.
sleeper.
Jason Statham
He was great.
kicked ass.
Yeah.
And it was a bunch of hillbillies, and he moved into this small town.
Yeah,
And he
it
was
was a
always
cool film.
they were coming after him. Franco was a bad guy.
He was a nasty guy.
He was a
good.
nasty guy. I like the
Yeah.
film a lot, though.
But anyway, so I think he's
He
a
looks
talented
great
guy.
here. I
Yeah,
mean,
that was his prime right there.
There you go. Let's
so
move on.
we're gonna move on to the Rambo series now. We're
Might
gonna
as well.
touch on them. We're not gonna spend a little
Another
time.
series we don't even have to talk about really, but we can because they're more diverse than the Rocky.
But one
films,
thought
no
that I
question.
had was I was going to do the drama ones first, no big deal. But you know, he starts out doing Rocky, which is a drama. It's got some action, but it's a drama. Then he does these. You know what? Let's go back real quick. Before we do the Rambo, I just want a quick touch on the dramatic films.
All right, we have to rewind here now. You're all going to have to reset your mind.
Reset your mind.
Because
So
because it's crazy
he
now.
does Lords of Flatbush.
It's crazy now.
He does Lords of Flatbush, which I have to admit I haven't seen yet. I'm going to watch that.
I saw this film.
Yeah, Henry Winkler.
Yeah. Yeah, not a great film. Sly is more or less just a spare part in that film.
And then this is Fist.
He's not a star of that movie at all.
No,
but
he's one of the supporting.
But he has a presence. There's a
Yeah.
presence about him. He almost
Exactly.
has a little bit of a Travolta feel
a
about
little bit.
him.
I can see that.
You know, absolutely.
So then he does Fist right after he does Rocky. And the same year he also does Paradise Alley. Wrote both films, co-wrote both
I
films.
did love Paradise Alley.
Yeah, he directed. That was his
I thought
directorial
that was a super
debut.
Cool film.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did like that film.
And Fist is a
and
union
it had
film.
a lot of kick-ass in it. You said it was more of a drama, but there was a lot of kick-ass in Paradise
Well,
Alley.
there's wrestling scenes.
Yeah.
But it's not an action movie. It doesn't have the action pace.
Well, yeah, but
it's a drama.
I like that film, and
But I really
Armand
enjoyed
Assad was
Fist
in it.
as well.
Did you?
Because in that film, he's a union guy. He goes
know.
from the ground. It's inspired by Hoffa and the union movement, the labor movement of the 30s and 40s.
I remember it came out in '78.
I thought he was spectacular in that
I
film.
thought it was a dreary piece of work.
Peter Boyle's in that
It was
one.
way too long. I didn't go.
It was an over 2-hour
Rod
film.
Steiger right here.
Yeah, and he plays the senator that's on his ass.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
It was cool.
Yeah.
Norman Jewison directed this film as well.
Did he?
Which
Why
I
do you
thought-
point at Peter Boyle when you say Norman Jewison? Oh, you're just pointing at the.
I'm
screen.
pointing at the screen
At
and
the
Norman
screen.
Jewison. It just happened to come on
Okay.
Boyle at that
All
moment.
right.
Who I always liked. I
I
always
did
liked
too.
Peter Boyle.
Well,
That's the poster for Fist. Just
Frank,
so you
you
can see
know,
it.
young Frankenstein. He's
Yeah.
the key.
He's great.
I didn't love this film, but then again, it's been
Came out 40 years ago,
40 years
78.
ago. Yeah, so
Here's Paradise Alley.
it's a tough film. I like this.
Him
film
and
a
Armand
lot.
Asante,
I
one of the
love
guy are
this.
brothers.
They're brothers. Yeah.
And they're
Armand
basically-
isn't he a doctor or something?
He
Works in a-
does like autopsies.
Oh right.
Yeah,
He's a,
there he is right there.
Okay.
His big break, introducing
Yeah, yeah.
Armand Asante in this film. This guy to me was resembled Marlon Brando in a lot of
little
different
bit.
angles.
Yeah, absolutely. Well,
They
look
get
at
him into
there.
wrestling. This
Yeah,
is
yeah.
Ann Archer.
I loved Ann Archer.
Yeah, she was great.
She was great. Well, she of course was in Michael Douglas. She was in Fatal Attraction.
She was. Yeah,
played
she was
his
the wife, yeah.
She played his wife.
But this film was fun, Paradise Alley.
I thought so,
And in
too.
the film, not only was it written and directed by him, which he actually found out, he wrote this before he wrote Rocky.
Did he?
And he couldn't get it made until after Rocky.
Well-
he also sings the theme song that opens
Yeah,
up the
I
film.
remember the monkey.
The monkey?
Yeah.
You know, it's a kind
Like
of
an
fun.
organ
He's
grinder.
basically a hustler is what he is in this movie.
Yeah, yeah,
Trying to
yeah.
make a buck
Correct.
in Hell's Kitchen in 1946.
There you go.
Which is where he grew up in that time.
Okay.
This is Terry Funk, one of the wrestlers from WWE fame,
Was it?
who was a wrestler in this film.
Yeah.
But it's a cool film. I liked it. You got why?
I liked it too.
The reason I wanted to talk about the dramas first is that so he goes from Rocky. He does 2 or 3 dramatic turns.
Yeah.
Then what does he do? He does First Blood, which he wrote, and then bam, he explodes onto the scene and doing pretty much just action and Rocky films and Rambo
Right.
sequels.
Yeah, yeah.
And so you think, what could have been had he not done Rambo? Would he have stayed in the more dramatic area? And we could have had a whole different Stallone career. It's interesting to think about.
Well,
And
I think
there's
the
victory.
Rocky. I think the Rocky films were, in fact. Oh, I didn't care for this.
I
film,
didn't
though.
see that either.
It's
I wanted
worthless.
to.
It's just a.
So you got Michael Caine,
yeah,
Pele.
It's worthless.
Yeah.
But I think.
I
the
love
Rocky,
this film, by the way.
I think the Rocky films.
This was a
love
big
this
risk
movie.
for him.
It probably was.
1997, he gains like 50 pounds.
Yeah.
To play a
cop? Yeah,
a regular
he's a
town
cop.
cop who's hearing impaired.
There you go.
And he's taking out small town
What
corruption.
if he is hearing impaired?
I don't think so.
Whether he and
But when he
Lou
was-
Ferrigno just have.
Yeah, I know, no.
some
But he
kind of
was
physical bond.
injured in birth from the forceps.
Was he?
When they grabbed him, that's why his face is kind of slanted on one side. It caused a little paralysis
Oh, is that right?
because of the clamps.
so maybe he
the
has
forceps.
bad hearing in one ear.
Well, I don't know. I didn't read about
Very
that.
possible.
But he's got the palsy a little bit. But I really enjoyed this film. One of my favorites of the 90s.
I haven't seen this in such a long
It
time.
came out in '97. Check it out, Copland. I think
No,
it's
I
really. It's got
recall.
a huge cast. You have Ray Liotta. You have Harvey Keitel, De Niro, among a bunch of other people too.
You know, there were very few films he made in post Rocky or in between the Rambo and the Rocky, and that's why he always seemed to go back there. Is he always needed funding for some of the smaller films?
lot
that
of
he
smaller
did make.
films, yeah.
I mean, this film obviously got Harvey Keitel. He's got
This is Robert
De
Patrick,
Niro,
yeah.
Robert Patrick from Terminator 2.
Yeah, exactly.
Is in there, but this looks like Ed Harris here.
It's not, but it's another guy that's been in a ton of shit.
And
Here's
there's
Ray Liotta.
right over there.
Yeah, nice.
It's not a bad little film, but you
It's
know,
a
I
cool
thought
little film.
Fist. I
You didn't like
just thought-
Fist?
I
You didn't
think-
care for it?
Well,
Maybe you need to
then
watch
again,
it
it's
again.
40 years
40
ago.
years ago.
So I probably need.
You
to
were a
watch
different
it again.
man 40 years ago.
Not that much. Not that
No?
much. I look almost identical, oddly enough.
Yeah? You had the mustache that long?
Well, I keep them. Yes, exciting for our fans to
Mustache banter.
Yeah,
Follicle banter.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
All right, so
upper
we're going
lip
to now
banter.
go back to where we were a minute ago. We're going to
Okay.
go back to Rambo.
All right,
So
we go back to Rambo.
ushers in the period of action for him,
Yeah.
which pretty much is where he stayed. And then it's a
Correct.
departure when he does something dramatic. But
Yeah.
I don't
First
know.
Rambo film,
Solid movie.
great movie.
I'm
Richard
actually
Crenna.
itching to watch it again.
I love John. You know, and there he is. You know, remember we worked together, and you know, there's that whole bonding stuff. But
Yeah.
and Rambo Part 2, I
Co-written by him and James Cameron.
really. Oh no, kidding.
James Cameron co-wrote part 2.
Okay.
And then he wrote
Rambo
all the
3.
rest.
This one I think was one of the worst.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah, horrible
everybody
film.
thinks it is.
Afghanistan. I remember him
I
going down
know.
the hole.
Yeah, it's
and
not
it
that
just
great.
Never seemed to.
But 2 was cool.
Material.
That's the first time he started using the bow and arrow.
Yeah.
This one was great.
And that was also the one.
This is
where-
coming soon next year, Rambo 5.
Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah, he takes on the cartel.
I'm kidding.
I'm actually
I know, the
excited
drug
for it.
cartel. The one thing I did love about Rambo 2, and that's kind of where we started a little tradition with Sylvester that
Yeah.
has gone on to the Expendable films.
Can I guess
That's-
what you're gonna say?
What?
Like the gearing up moments where they're getting all
No,
the gear. Oh,
no,
I love
no,
that
not
too.
at all.
Okay.
Well, I loved one of the bits he did in that with the camouflage.
Yeah.
He's
hiding?
He's hiding
Yeah,
in
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
tree.
Cuts the
and,
throat?
You know, the little Vietnamese
Yeah.
guy comes up and he slices
Yeah, that
his
was
throat,
great.
and he looks like the tree. I thought that
That
was
was cool.
But that was the first film. And this became a tradition in all action films. I've seen Jason Statham do this. They
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
all do it. The big giant explosion of fire
Oh,
and them running
running away
away
from it.
at
Yeah,
the
yeah.
end. I mean, how many times have we seen that?
Yeah.
And Sylvester specifically, we had it in the Expendables too.
I'm
with
sure,
Jason
yeah,
Statham.
of course, they do,
Yeah,
yeah.
I mean, they're on the rooftop. The whole thing
Yeah,
blows
yeah,
up,
yeah.
and they're
It's a standard,
running
you're
in
right.
slow motion. You know, running away.
It's total
See
standard.
it in all action films. I
Yeah.
mean, even the remake of the A-Team.
Oh yeah, they had
Yeah,
of
with
course,
Liam
every movie, you're
Neeson.
right.
I mean, you know.
This
it's
was- there's
standard
David
thing.
Caruso.
Look at David Caruso.
That was a great scene when he escapes the police
this
station.
is 3 or 2.
I think this is
He's got the knife. This could
this
be.
might be still
might
part
be
1.
2.
Maybe 2.
No, I don't think.
I don't
this is-
remember. No, this
This
is all
is-
one. This is all one. This is
Is it?
one.
Oh, okay.
This
yeah.
is when he's
'Cause
assaulting the police
Yeah,
station.
because he's in town.
He's
with
in
the Raleigh
yeah.
lights. Yeah, you wouldn't see
He
that
is.
in Vietnam.
I love that monologue he has at the end when he's held up in
Yeah.
that store, Richard Crenna.
Wonderful.
He's like, I can't even get a job here parking cars.
Yeah.
You know, I was loading up $1 million equipment. It was great.
That
This
was
is
a
really
beautifully
good
written-
film.
It is a great film.
It's really-
It really is. And I remember his mother was on a show, and she was very upset because he actually did a stunt, and they filmed it where he falls out of a tree. He got all cut up
yeah.
and destroyed. But he like parachutes, I guess, into a tree or whatever. Or he jumps from something onto a tree, and he falls through all the branches, and he did that.
I'm sure he did.
And she was on like I don't know the Phil
does a lot of
Donahue
stunts.
show, and she started, my son, he falls through trees, he almost killed himself, and that's like he wants to make these movies, and his mother was a character. She was
well, she's
very
still alive, I think.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah.
There's
Dennehy.
There's Brian Dennehy. He.
Now I think this is
This looks like
part 3, I think.
It might be part. No, this looks like 2 actually.
Is it 2 still?
Yeah, I think
remember.
so. I think it's still 2.
I really enjoyed though the last one in 2008. Just
I did too.
that was the one he goes to Indonesia or
right.
Indonesia.
He's always coming
Thailand, I
back for
think.
that one woman.
Yeah. This one he saves like a bunch of missionaries.
Yeah.
That one was so brutal.
Yeah.
Bro, violent. There are scenes where he's blowing people away with a .50 caliber.
And the one thing I did not like about that film, and of course it's been used in even the Pandora Syndicate film, was the use of digital blood.
Well, that was in the mid 2000s where they all did the digital blood.
Yeah.
Now they've gone
the digital blood.
Well, no, but now a lot of them have gone back to squibs, which looks so much better.
Yeah, the squibs look great.
It's just a pain in the ass and expensive, and they can get hurt, but it looks so much better.
Well, they perfected it down to it's not a firecracker anymore like poor James Caan in Godfather.
I know.
Godfather.
Yeah.
I mean, and
you can still
same
get burned.
thing with both Faye Dunaway and Warren Beatty in Bonnie and Clyde. They all had squibs. They had very small squibs because they're just showing kind of the bullet holes on them, but they still had them. And but I remember James Caan. He woke up the next day. He says his whole body was black and blue.
I'm sure.
From the toll booth scene in the Godfather.
Yeah, of course,
you know,
classic
where
scene.
He had like 40 squibs on him. And he just going, he's doing one of those puppet scenes where he's just going berserk. But
this is part 3.
Yeah, this is part 3. This is
But
Russians in Afghanistan.
But part 4, when he's in in Indonesia or Thailand,
no, that was fun.
There are some scenes where like there's like the evil army in that particular region is genocided,
and he's sitting there at
blowing
a
them away.
Thompson.
But there's scenes where the soldiers come into this village, burning it. There's a scene where they take a baby, throw it into a fire.
Oh, wow.
Shocking stuff.
Yeah.
But then there's some laughable moments where he just sets up a small landmine, and when it explodes, it looks like
very
a nuclear
similar
bomb.
to our own president tear gassing young babies and mothers at the border.
I know, that's despicable.
It is despicable.
But she's
this
the
is
girl, part 2.
That's part 2.
Yeah.
He falls in love with her.
Yeah.
He looks great here, though.
He does great.
That's a great look for
It
him.
is. It works really
I mean,
well.
he did the whole thing. He's got the Bruce Lee scars going all over the place here. Richard Crenna, and Richard Crenna died in number 2, did he not?
No, because this is 3. 3, he goes in to rescue him.
Oh, okay. But he didn't die in 3.
I think it's implied that he dies in part 4.
Yeah.
I remember.
And then he did a movie on television where he played a gay man, Richard Crenna.
Did he?
Yeah. And it was the secret life of Richard Thompson or something like that. And then he died like right after that. So that was like almost his like legacy to.
Because he's been dead a while now.
He has been dead a while.
10 years maybe?
I'm gonna say 80s.
No. He died more recently than that.
Was he?
Richard
90s?
Crenna?
No.
I'm pretty sure he died more
I don't
recently.
think so. I'm gonna say 90s.
Maybe. But
I'm
I
gonna
feel
say
like it was
90s.
more recent.
No,
to be honest with you.
I don't think so. Well, you check
Really?
it out.
I'm gonna look it up right now.
This is number 3 right here. This is Afghanistan right here.
Yeah.
But,
Richard Crenna.
but the Rambo films, I find them far more entertaining than the Rocky. I mean, I like the Rocky character.
January 17th, 2003.
Oh, okay.
I knew it was in the 2000s.
All right, I was
Because I
gonna
remember
say-
having a
thought
conversation
90s,
with my dad about it more recently than the 90s, you know?
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. Well,
but nevertheless, he was
2003, only 3 years off the 90s, so.
Well, true.
But
nevertheless, you know the Rambo films, they're fun. We
They
can
are
probably
fun.
move on.
We could.
They're significant because they are the films that ushered in the whole basically core of his career and the movies that he was doing, the genres. The industry pretty much typecast him in a way, and he would have to pretty much fight to try to get out of it, and he was kind of stuck like Schwarzenegger was.
Yeah, true.
But then they were both competing in the 80s.
You know, Schwarzenegger, I don't think he ever wrote a script.
No, he was. You gotta
hand it to Stallone.
I agree, 100%.
I mean,
100%.
to sit down and write a script is time-consuming.
He is
and
prolific.
He is.
He has over 30 or 40 writing credits, and
Does he?
directing is only 9.
Wow.
But he's
Okay.
written a lot. A lot
No,
of his
amazing.
movies are
Amazing.
every single
Gotta hand it
Rambo
to
and
the man.
Rocky, all the Expendables, co-written or wrote.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, and he directed the first one.
Okay.
So now we get into the ushering in of his.
All right, let's start with
Actually,
Nighthawk.
well, it started out with Death Race 2000. He had a supporting role
He's
in that.
barely in the film.
Barely in the film.
Yeah, this
but
is
that was a
really
big one.
David Carradine
David Carradine film.
Yeah.
Kind of cheesy, Roger Corman central.
Yeah, it was.
They remade it years later with Jason Statham.
Okay.
And then Nighthawks was a big one, 1981.
Rutger Hauer.
Rutger Hauer, this was
bad
his
guy.
big break.
Yeah, yeah.
This was
And
a cool movie.
It is a cool movie.
I like this
kind of
film.
like it. It takes place on the tram that goes between
There's a scene, there's a tram
Roosevelt
sequence.
Island and New York City, which
Oh.
doesn't. They don't have that anymore.
I know, yeah.
But they used to have
I
that
saw
thing, and
that.
they used to go. And
I've been
they-
to Roosevelt Island, yeah.
And they well, that's where the prison is.
Exactly,
There's a
yeah.
Big.
That was a cool sequence.
It was indeed.
Let's go back to
I
that
kind
for
of
a
liked Over the Top.
Over the Top was fun. You know,
It was fun.
You know, people make fun of this movie. It's a fun movie. It's a
Yeah.
guilty pleasure.
Right.
It's about a guy that wants nothing more than to get custody from his son.
Right.
And the rich, powerful Robert Loggia is the father-in-law and doesn't like him because he was basically trash.
Yeah.
How dare my rich daughter marry you?
Exactly.
It's a
Played
fun
by
little
the
movie.
beautiful Susan Blakely.
Susan Blakely.
Yeah.
And this is again written by Stallone.
Yep.
This is a fun movie.
Okay.
I
Lock
love Lock Up.
This was a good film.
This was a great prison
I like
film.
this too.
Wrongfully convicted, goes to prison,
Right.
got to fight his way out. Donald Stallone is the evil warden.
Is Bridget in that? Is Bridget in that?
She's
film?
not, no.
No. It was kind of interesting to see Bridget Nielsen.
Yeah, she has a couple scenes.
I mean, in the
In
prison,
the new Creed, yeah.
Creed 2.
Yeah,
she
she's in
is
Creed
in
2.
there. She looks a little, clay,
Yeah, she does.
clayed up. She has that heavy Botox look. She still has the
Yeah,
white.
and forget that was his ex-wife too.
I know.
In real life, yeah.
I know. Working with Bridget again
Yeah.
had to
I
be.
wonder if
kind
I
of-
was awkward. You know.
I doubt it. They're probably.
And
still
remember, she was a
fine.
hot mess on like Big Brother, Celebrity Big Brother. She was like an alcoholic.
Oh, yeah,
hanging
yeah.
out with what's his name?
Vern
with the
Troyer.
clock that was a rapper. What's his name?
yeah. Well, she had
what was
sex
his
with
name?
him.
Yeah, what was his name? The black
His
guy.
name was.
He's a figure of the
I know.
the rap
I know.
world, the weed smoker.
Yeah, his name is.
It'll come to me.
Yeah.
Brain, give me his name.
Yeah.
All right, back to this. I love Tango and Cash. I don't know if you like it.
I
One
did
of
like
my
Tango.
favorites of his.
I'll tell you
him
this
and Kurt
though.
Russell.
Okay, I agree with it. But it also had the beautiful woman who went on to be in.
Tia Carrere.
No.
She's in this.
No.
Oh.
It wasn't her.
Oh.
It was the knockout that was on Desperate Housewives with the long black.
I'm sorry, not Tia Carrere. I'm sorry. What's her name? Terry Hatcher.
Terry Hatcher.
That's what I meant. Terry
Oh,
Hatcher.
she was
Yeah, she's
beautiful in
She
this
plays his sister.
Right.
And Kurt Russell's love interest.
This film was way too short for me.
I know, it could have been longer.
It kind of went and ended.
Yeah.
It could have been more.
It's
It was
fun.
a good buddy pick.
It's great.
Just never seemed to go to fruition.
1990. It's a
Never
fun,
had a great,
movie.
Feel to it.
They're
but,
basically two cops. They end up getting wrongly. They get framed and go to jail. Then they got to escape.
yeah.
It's just so fun.
It was cool, but Kurt had just come out of the Big
Trouble a couple
Big
years
Trouble,
before.
and,
Yeah.
and he was starting to do
Different
more
stuff.
of the Rambo. I mean,
And this was
it
originally
a
going to
good-
be.
and it was a great pairing up.
it was.
They just were good together.
You know who was originally offered Kurt Russell's role was Patrick Swayze, but I think he
Really?
turned it down to do Roadhouse, which I love. Thank you.
No, that was
Thank you for doing Roadhouse.
No, Kurt's perfect.
He's
in
great in this.
I love.
I'll
Kurt
always
Russell.
love Kurt.
I love Kurt.
I gotta watch that Netflix movie
It
where he
looks-
plays Santa Claus.
I know.
I don't. I'm not dying to see it, but
Christmas Chronicles.
I
I
gotta
believe
see
it's.
it
It
because
looks
it's him.
like horseshit,
I
and the
know.
reviews have been very unkind.
I'm sure.
1.5.
But they're saying it's already an instant classic.
Well, yeah.
Well,
how many-
who's they? They say that.
Yeah,
Who's
yeah.
they?
They say that falling in love
I
is
know.
wonderful. Trust me, it ain't.
I love Cliffhanger too.
Cliffhanger's
You know
not
this
a great
movie.
film, but
See, this movie gets panned, but I really enjoyed it.
Oh, I didn't love it too much.
John Lithgow's a
The
bad
best
guy.
part, well, I know. The best part for me was the beginning.
Yeah.
When he drops the, the was it the girl?
Yeah, that was the first time we saw something like that.
I know that was.
Yeah, tragedy
that
in the
was
first
brutal.
10 minutes of the
I know,
movie.
I
Yeah.
know.
But Cliffhanger's fun.
It is fun.
This is a guilty pleasure.
Love this
Not
film.
a great film,
No.
but it's fun.
And Sandra Bullock,
Big
this
break.
is like her first film.
Right. Not her first, but it's the one she did that did
Well, it was
right before Speed. Right
yeah,
before Speed.
Yeah, and a big break for her. Here
Yeah.
she is, right here, Sandra Bullock.
Sandra Bullock. This came
I
out
like
the year
this
before.
film.
I believe.
Sting did the music for
did.
this. It's
And
kind
also
of a
in
hit.
this is Dennis Leary.
Great
Rob
explosions,
Schneider.
just fun.
Yeah.
I love this film.
If you don't
I
know
do.
the story, it takes place in an alternate future.
Yep.
And they both are a hero cop and a real evil criminal that are frozen cryogenically.
Correct.
And then they both get thawed out in the future.
Yeah.
And it's like a fish out of water.
I thought of putting
Yeah.
that.
It's a fun film.
It is. It is really is. And it's a great looking film.
It looks
too.
great, yeah.
It just had a Terminator kind of feel to it.
It did, yeah.
Really did. It was
it's fun.
very good. What year did this come out?
This was 93, 94.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So way after Terminator.
A year after. 92. 91
Oh,
was
okay.
Terminator 2.
No, I'm talking about the first
Oh,
one.
that was 83 or whatever.
Because
Yeah,
that's
84.
more of the first one,
Yeah.
I think.
Specialist, Honestly, it's
Not
fun.
a great film.
Not a good.
Armand Desante, I believe, is in this
No,
again. Who's the Sharon?
Hang on.
No,
It's
go
Sharon
back.
Stone and James Woods.
I would have. I know.
And
there's
Rod
a-
Steiger, Eric Roberts.
Oh, okay. It is James Wood. You know, it's too bad.
Armand and him were together in Judge Dredd.
Okay, I see Rod Steiger,
Yeah,
Eric
Eric
Roberts,
Roberts.
who now makes the worst films.
I know he does.
It's him and now they're making movies together. Tom Sizemore.
Oh, Tom Sizemore.
Tom Sizemore
yeah.
and Eric Roberts.
Yeah, I know,
are like
together.
two horrible. You know,
Sizemore had a chance with David Lynch recently.
Well, he was on He was
Twin
in
Peaks, I know, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he was in Twin Peaks and he was very good.
See, he sabotaged his career by his drug use and
big time. Heroin
and hookers and all that kind of stuff.
I'll tell you this though, on the Howard Stern show, he was always on Howard Stern, and Howard would always interview him just about all the miserable stuff, and he was a great interviewer.
I'm sure he is.
Because pure honesty, talked about the drugs.
We're talking about Tom Sizemore, by the way.
Tom Sizemore, wonderful interviewer. I mean, to be interviewed
Subject,
by Howard, because
And
Howard would really
he's
get
the
into
world's
hookers
best
and-
interviewer, too.
He
He's
really
fantastic.
If you're talking about just the Inquirer kind
Yeah,
of
he's great.
the specialized debauchery of the human mind. Howard is
I agree.
He's like a fine-tuned laser beam. He goes
is.
right for the throat. He gets right at it all. Paul McCartney. Oh, come on. Tell me about all the hundreds of girls that just
I'm sure.
strap their legs around your head.
Yeah.
Pretty incredible. But
Back to this is
Sharon,
kind of a
this is
forgettable film. It's not great.
Basic Instinct.
Post Basic Instinct.
I will get the two beautiful people together.
I remember when he was interviewed for this movie, he's like, I couldn't wait for the shower scenes, because they had some scenes
They
in the
did
shower.
indeed. Well,
Funny.
not a great film.
No, it's not a great
But
film.
it was shot nicely. It had
was
almost
well made.
Had almost like a
Yeah.
James Bondian look to it.
Little bit.
They did kind of a general cool kind of a.
Yeah, it's very watchable.
It's very watchable.
But by no means
But
memorable.
no substance at
No.
all. Next,
And then Judge Dredd, the original,
Dredd?
with Armand Desante.
I didn't love it.
It's
but
not great.
It was okay.
It's got the annoying Rob Schneider, who's I don't really
Yeah,
like him
I
that
know.
much. Obviously,
I like
the good-
him. I like Ace
I know you
Bigelow.
like
I
him.
thought they're kind of fun.
Deuce Bigelow, yeah.
Deuce Bigelow. Yeah.
I will say that the new Dredd with Carl Urban from 2012 is 1,000 times better than
it's only
this.
75 minutes
It's
long.
so good.
But it's so
intense.
short.
This is very campy.
Yeah.
I don't hate it. I don't
Yeah.
hate it. But it's not great.
No, it's not
No.
great at all. It's one of his worst
Yeah,
films.
and then
in fact.
Assassins, it's entertaining because you got Banderas in
Look
him.
how young Julianne is.
Julianne Moore.
Doesn't even look
yeah,
like her.
I know. This is
Yeah.
Richard Donner, produced and directed.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Guy who did
again,
Superman,
the
did a
Lethal
lot
Weapon
of
series,
well,
Goonies,
all the Clint Eastwood stuff, the early Clint Eastwood.
maybe a couple. I don't know.
Yeah,
maybe.
Magnum Force.
Did
no.
those? I don't-
Yeah, sure.
Let's
Was it
look
Richard
at
Donner? I'm sure it is.
Is it? All right, maybe it might have been. He might have been a couple.
The first Dirty Harry movie, Richard Donner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Check it out.
Let's look it up. I
could
don't know
be
if that's
wrong.
true.
I would have sworn it was
He
Richard
might have
Donner.
worked with- I don't know
know
if
he
he's done
did
them all.
Superman, but I thought he did all those first Clint films. Not Sudden Impact. That was directed by Clint.
I know, yeah.
And The Enforcer was not directed by Richard Donner, but I'm almost sure.
Well, he did all the Lethal Weapons. I can tell you that.
Okay.
All right, let's go down here.
It makes sense that he would have done the dirties if he did the Lethal Weapons.
Yeah, let me look here. He might have done one or two, but I don't remember his name on those. A lot of TV.
Richard, who was it then?
I'll tell you in a second.
Yeah.
He did The Omen, Superman, Superman 2,
Okay.
The Toy, Goonies, Lady Hawk, Lethal Weapon, Screws, Lethal Weapon 2, Radio Flyer. Yeah, we're way past Dirty Harry. Yeah,
All right, so who directed Dirty Harry?
I'll tell you right now.
That was not Richard. No, it was.
It was a buddy of Clint's who did a bunch of his movies.
Yeah. But he was a
Don Siegel.
Don Siegel.
Yeah.
My mistake.
Yeah, it's
All
okay.
right, I'm screwed.
But Assassins, it's fun. Again, not super memorable, but
I
it's
barely
entertaining.
remember it.
I know.
To be honest, I don't remember
They're
it
just
at all.
rival assassins.
Yeah, I don't.
That's all
I
it is.
really don't remember it at all.
But it's fun. And then
Okay.
we get Daylight, which was fun.
I kind of like this
Yeah,
film.
1996.
I thought it was unsatisfying. I remember. I did. I found that.
I don't remember
I
enjoying
think
it for
they're
the most
fighting
part.
terrorists inside the tunnel there.
I don't remember that.
Weren't
I
they?
thought it was just a failure of infrastructure. I don't remember there being I think it was
Yeah.
I think there was a car crash and a truck carrying explosives flew into the side of the tunnel and blew it up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought they
him
were
and
terrorists,
Brenneman,
though, that they had
not in
to,
this one. I don't
okay,
think
my
so.
mistake.
It's just a survival film.
All right.
Funny anecdote for this movie.
Who directed
Rob
this?
Cohen,
Rob
who
Cohen.
did the Fast and the Furious. He did Dragonheart.
Oh.
He's done. He did the
Wait,
Hurricane Heist most
You just
recently.
said that. Oh no, Lady Hawk was Richard.
was
Donner.
Richard Donner.
Okay.
Fun anecdote in this movie. So when I saw this in the theater, I went to the Willowbrook movie theater in Wayne, New Jersey, and that parking lot back there floods a lot because it was raining that day. So my friend and I were driving. I was driving in my old piece of crap car, 1986 Mercury Marquis. I said to
I
myself,
don't even remember that car.
it's terrible.
Had Hondas as
That
long
was
as I-
before I met you. This
Okay.
was 1996.
Okay.
I was a fresh driver, and my friend Steve has a truck, and he used to always drive through puddles. So my friend Noah and I were in the car driving in the parking, and I said,
Noah, who I just saw.
"You just met him at Thanksgiving."
Right.
And I said to him, "Hey, let's drive through the puddle like Steve does."
Oh no.
Forgetting, duh, you're not in a high truck. You're in a low car. So all of a sudden, I drive through the puddle. I didn't realize how deep it was.
Uh-oh.
My car starts floating.
Oh,
You're like,
really?
water's coming in the side of the door.
The engine stopped?
Everything stopped.
Oh, no.
I'm like, oh my God, what are we gonna do? Noah, he just says, let's just abandon the car. I said, no, this is my car. So I said, I hate to do it. We have to jump out and push it to, which is right there, the land,
Oh, okay.
the parking lot.
So you
we,
did?
we both
So you
jump
got
out.
soaked.
Yeah, and we pushed the car and we parked it. And
Should have got some oars. You
I
know?
should have, yeah. He said, what are we gonna do now? I said, here's what we're gonna do. Let's let the car dry out. We drove all the way down here.
Yeah.
I still want to see the movie. By the time we get out, hopefully the car will dry up a little bit. We go inside the movie. We're sitting there. We're freezing. We both have our shoes and
'Cause you're
socks
wet.
off.
Yeah, you're soaked.
We rang out our socks.
Right.
We're sitting there with our bare feet on top of the wet shoes.
Yeah.
We had the foresight to roll up our jeans.
Yeah.
So we weren't drenched on our pants.
Oh, boy.
But our everything was
We've all gotten wet
terrible.
or fallen
Sucks.
into, you know.
Nothing's worse than wet socks.
And cold.
Ah.
Cold.
Very cool. So the whole joke was that while we were watching this movie, these characters are waist deep in water.
Yeah.
We were feeling the 3D. We were there. We were
You were
feeling
living
it.
the-
Freezing.
Yeah.
Then we got out of the theater. Of course, the car still wouldn't start.
Oh.
So one of the employees takes us for a ride to the auto parts store.
Oh.
We get some starter fluid for because at that time I had
That's all it was?
Well, the starter fluid, it started the car, but it still was dead. So my dad had to come get us.
It started the car, but it
Briefly,
still was
yeah,
dead.
it started. We sprayed
Oh,
it into
okay.
the carburetor,
Right.
And it started, but
But
it
it
wasn't enough to keep it
couldn't-
going.
couldn't
No,
keep chugging
the
away.
battery was flooded.
The little engine that couldn't.
It couldn't. So my dad picked us up. He goes, "You guys are making fun
So
of us." Yeah.
stupid.
So the next day, my dad drives me down. It was a beautiful day, and the car started no problem because it
Wow.
was dried out.
Great.
But I remember that it was so nice of the staff to really.
Help you out.
Yeah, the manager was like, "Okay, come here." He pulls the guy off the register. Yo, drive these kids to the store. That's like against.
That would never happen
Never.
today.
Against regulation. With
Oh,
the
yeah,
lawsuit.
sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be liability nonsense. Yeah.
But it was a fun memory that I'll never forget
Cool.
of a movie-going experience.
Now, thank God your car broke down
Exactly.
because you idiots
I-
drove through a puddle so you could have this.
I was 18
this
and dumb.
wonderful experience to
Yeah,
never lose.
Exactly. But
There you
Daylight's a fun film. It's a typical
a fun
disaster
film.
movie. You're
Yeah, it
trapped
is.
in the tunnel.
It is kind of cool.
He's a cab driver, but of course, used to work for the city or something. You
Yeah,
know?
right. I used to work for the CIA.
It's always something like
I
that.
know.
I know.
Oh, and the music by Donna Summer.
Oh,
there
nice.
you go.
Get Carter. Honestly, I don't even remember this movie really.
I'll tell you
I
this.
remember a little bit.
I
His
watched
appearance.
this with my wife shortly before her demise, and we loved it. She
Yeah.
loved this film.
Okay. I remember it's
And
fun,
had
but I
a
don't remember much
well,
about
it
the
was
plot.
originally made with Michael Caine.
I know that. That I knew.
Right.
Yeah.
And the Michael Caine version was good too. You know, it just had a down-to-earth urban feel. He's a cop, and not a cop. He's a private eye kind of thing.
Yeah.
And he's just driving around neighborhoods. And same with this. This was more fun.
Yeah.
This was more of just a kick.
I remember it being fun, but I don't remember the
was fun.
particulars.
No, it was good.
I'd have to
It was
watch
good.
it again.
Who else was in this film?
I don't remember the titles.
We got Sly. I know. Well, we got Miranda
Miranda
Richardson.
Richardson.
There you go.
I can't see the other name. Oh, Alan Cumming apparently was in this movie.
Rachel Weisz? No.
Oh, Michael Caine's in it too.
Oh, there you go.
And Michael
Caine.
Caine.
Michael Caine. And Alan Cummings, there you go.
Yeah.
And who's this? Is that Rachel?
Rachel.
Rachel Weisz. It looks
No,
like-
no, Rachel Lee Cook.
Oh, there
She
you
was
go.
that young girl that was in that famous commercial about drugs where she's hitting the eggs. Remember, don't do drugs, your brain on drugs.
Oh.
And she's destroying
So
the
many
eggs.
people have done those commercials.
I know.
can't-
She was in that movie with Freddie
I
Prinze
remember.
Jr.
She was.
Kiss Me, walking down the stairs. The movie, the high school movie where she played the love interest. What the hell was the name of that movie?
I don't know.
Whatever.
No,
90s
Freddie
movie.
Prinze.
Freddie Prinze Jr.
Oh,
It was a 90s teen movie.
and he's mowing lawns.
I don't know about
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Maybe.
yeah,
Yeah. What was the name?
It's called the lawnmower.
No, whatever it was.
Was
That's
it
what it
Lawnmower
was,
Man?
yeah.
That was a great film with Pierce Brosnan. You ever see Lawnmower Man?
Jeff Fahey. I saw it once
Yeah,
when
it
I was
a
a
good film. It was
teen.
good stuff.
Yeah.
It had a
Stephen King.
psychedelic
I
kind
remember
of.
that. I remember that like
Kind of like a
psychedelic sex scene.
2001.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was fun. It was a kick.
Moving on.
Let's move on.
Completely forgettable film.
I don't even remember this.
He
film.
wrote it, directed by Rennie Harlan, who also directed Cliffhanger.
And also
It's a Formula One movie.
was married to Gina Davis.
Correct.
Rennie Harlan did a lot of her
Correct.
films. Kiss
Yeah.
Me Goodnight or
Long Kiss Goodnight.
Long Kiss
Great.
Goodnight.
Yeah,
I
Long
love
Kiss
that
Goodnight. It's a
film.
good film.
Sam Jackson.
He directed Die Hard 2.
yeah. He also
bunch of
did a
stuff.
movie called Cutthroat.
Cutthroat Island.
Cutthroat Island.
That was a big bomb. It was a pirate movie with her and Frank
I
Langella.
know, and you know I have a funny.
I still haven't
story.
seen that film.
Oh, it's a horrible film.
I'm sure.
But Gina Davis is on this one boat, right? And the captain has been killed, and it's this one woman, and she's surrounded by pirates, and they're all screaming, and she's now the captain. So I remember, this is a horrible thing for me to point out, but I yelled this out as a young, stupid man that I was. But she says, "What are we gonna do now?" And I'm not kidding. She's surrounded by 50 guys, 40 guys.
Yeah.
There's a ton of them. And I yelled out, "Gang bang!"
In the theater?
Like, in the theater, yeah. And the whole place cracked
Well,
up.
you probably saved the movie for those people.
The whole place cracked up.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, there she is, just the one Gina Davis.
Yeah.
I mean, they could have just...
What did Lynn say? Oh, Daryl.
No, Lynn, this was way pre-Lynn.
Well, no, that movie came out in like '95. You married
Did it?
'93.
That
Unless
is
you went without her.
correct. No, I must have seen it with her.
Yeah.
Or maybe not, I don't know. Maybe we weren't doing more. Well, I met her in '90, though, so I would have gone to
you
see
would
it
have
with
been
her.
with her. You got married in
Yeah, so
'93.
very possible, but
Maybe you went by yourself. Maybe she didn't want to see that film.
possibly not. I mean,
Yeah.
I did go see many, many movies by myself, but I don't even remember this
Me,
film.
I barely remember. I saw
There
it
you
once.
go.
I didn't love it.
Nice to see Gina Gershon was still in.
Oh yeah, this film
I never
saw it.
this.
It
I never
actually
did
has
either.
two names. It's called I See You, but it's also called Detox.
I don't
Never
know
saw
it.
this movie. I actually kind of want to see it
I'd
now.
like to see it too.
Yeah, because it's about an isolated mental hospital for cops that have
Tom Berenger,
PTSD.
Charles Dutton, Sean
Yeah,
Patrick
Christopher
Flannery,
I
Dina
kinda wanna
Meyer,
see it.
Robert Patrick.
Yeah.
I'll see what.
Robert
see if we
Prosky.
can
Yeah, I
get
kinda
it
wanna see it.
somehow.
Oh, I'm
I'd
sure
like
it's
to
around.
see it too. Okay.
It's also
Chris
called
Christopherson.
ICU.
I see.
On IMDb,
I
with the word I, like I see you. It's a play of
Oh,
words.
I see you.
Yeah,
I see.
But it's funny, if you go to IMDb under his filmography, it'll say I see you. You click on it. This is the poster. Detox.
S-E-E-Y-O-U.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, but I kind of want to see it.
No.
I remember wanting to see it. I never got around to
I
it.
know what you're doing. Sorry, Jim Gillespie.
Oh, he's done other
Oh.
stuff too.
Oh.
And then we have this one, which I've never seen.
Never seen.
Avenging Angelo.
Madeline Stowe.
Madeline Stowe. I might want
I
to
don't
see it
even
now.
know about it.
See, this is in the mid 2000s
Yeah.
when he was
Is
kind
it?
of in isolation.
So these are in chronicle order.
I have these in order.
Chronological?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
we're
wow.
going more
Well,
recent now.
Get Carter was
2001.
Oh, was it
Yeah.
that early?
Yeah. So this is the mid 2000s now
Gosh.
when he wasn't really doing much. He was kind of struggling in
Well,
the box
we didn't
office.
see Get Carter till much, much later.
You probably did later on.
Yeah,
then,
we did much
But
later.
that was 01.
Yeah. Okay.
This I didn't see. I know he plays the
I
villain,
never
the
saw
toy
it.
man.
Robert Rodriguez.
I saw the first one.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, it's an
They
interesting
were kind of fun.
role for him.
Antonio and what's her name? Gina.
Gina,
No, it's not Gina.
Not Gina Carano. You're thinking of the.
I'm thinking
that's the fighter.
I'm thinking of.
This is we love her.
Yeah, yeah.
Sin City.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
That's what's her name?
It's Gina Carallo. She's also in that wonderful movie.
I know,
love
she's in a
about
lot of
the
stuff.
lobotomy chick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why are we having a brain fart on her name? She's wonderful.
I love her.
I'll look her up because she's wonderful.
Gina, isn't it Gina?
No, it's hang on, I'll tell you in 1 second.
It's yeah, she's in Sin City. Oh my
Oh
God.
yeah, I mean.
Her last name is like begins with a C. And she was just in that new movie that.
She's in everything.
She was in that new movie that Netflix made film. Stephen King.
You're right. Oh, the one with the husband's chained up
Yes,
the whole time.
yes.
And
he dies.
Something game, right?
No, she's
Gerald's game.
chained up.
Gerald's game. She's chained up.
Right.
Yeah. Carla Gugino.
Ah,
Damn it.
I knew-
Carla Gugino with a G.
Gina. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. But anyway,
I
this is his
think
first
Gina.
villain role. I'm sure
Yeah,
this
there
is a
you
lot
go.
of fun.
Okay. These films.
All right, here we go. Now we have like ultra fun.
Expendables. Yeah.
Not great movies, but they're guilty pleasures.
Right.
Let's get everybody in there who used to
I
be
know.
used. Honestly, who steals this movie? Mickey Rourke.
Does he?
He's got a great
Oh
monologue.
yeah. He was good in this.
These are all fun.
Right.
I love the third one a lot too, where
Mickey in,
Mel's the bad guy.
Mickey in this one
He's
too?
not. He was only in the first.
Oh, what a
Yeah.
shame.
But Stallone wrote all of them.
Well, look, there's your dad right there.
I know, right?
Looking like Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yeah, and Jean-Claude plays like this.
I know, he looks a little like your dad. No, he looks more like Bryan Cranston.
A little bit.
A little
They're
bit.
like
Here's Dolph
they're
again,
satanic
Arnold,
terrorists. That was
Terry-
interesting.
Terry Shield.
Yeah, Terry Crews, Liam Hemsworth.
Oh, Liam Hemsworth. Jason.
Statham.
And this is
Jet Li, and
David.
that's Randy Couture.
Oh, I thought that was David from, not from.
Dave Bautista? No,
yeah.
he's not in these.
Oh, it looks like
he's with him in the newest
Jet
version
Li,
of
right
Escape
here.
Plan.
Jet
Yes,
Li.
Jet Li.
There you go.
But these are fun movies.
And
The
was
third
Chuck
one is a lot
Norris?
of fun.
Chuck Norris?
He was in part 2 as well.
Oh, okay.
Correct.
Well, I just saw that.
Yeah. This one's a lot of fun. Mel's the bad guy.
It
We
was
got
okay.
Kelsey Grammer, we have
Yeah,
Harrison
it was
Ford.
okay.
It's entertaining.
Oh, okay,
Wesley
okay.
Snipes,
There you
Antonio.
go. Yeah.
It's just fun to see all these guys.
Mel Gibson?
Yeah, they're saying they're going to
Wow.
do a fourth. I hope so.
Well, you know, just so they can get everybody
Get
together.
Seagal in there. That's what we need. We need Seagal.
No, we don't.
Yeah, we do.
He's such an asshole.
He is, but let's see it.
I don't want to see
Are you
it.
gonna tell me you wouldn't
Nah.
watch it? You'll watch it. You know you would.
I don't think I have no desire to see one of these films again.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. Well.
Not in the theater.
Well, you know, if it comes out and we're doing the show, we're gonna have to go see it.
You'll go see it and you
All
can
right.
tell me all
Okay,
about
fine.
it. Because all I'll have to do is, you know.
I've
it's the
wanted to
same
see
film.
this. Walter Hill.
You
I
know,
didn't get to see this
I
one.
did see this
I
film.
wanna see this.
I did see it, and I...
Came out in 2012, I think.
Yeah, yeah. You know what? This is the film we saw, Bullet to the Head. It was not Get Carter. I saw Get Carter years ago, but it was Bullet to the Head, and that's the film that she liked.
Hang on.
Because that was 2012. And because I knew it was more recent.
Okay, so
Yeah,
this is
yeah.
the one you saw.
We saw this.
Okay.
Who's the girl here?
I want to say that looks like
Sarah Sharfa? I'm not sure.
yeah, I gotta look her up.
She looks familiar.
You know what it looks
I
like?
think she plays his daughter, though.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure his daughter, yeah, Bullet
Yeah.
to the Head. Yeah.
It almost looks like what's her name, Evelyn Gloria, but I'm pretty sure it's
There
not
you
her.
go. And this looks like, what's his face? Aquaman right there. It's
Yeah,
not
but
him.
it is him. He's in this.
Oh,
That's
you're
Jason
kidding.
Momoa. Yeah,
Really?
He's in this. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Jason
Yeah,
Momoa.
he's in
there
there,
he
yeah.
is. You can barely read
I know,
this.
right? That's him.
So that's cool.
But yeah, Walter Hill. I want to see
I'll
it.
tell you, I want to see Aquaman.
Yeah.
I think it looks
I'll
great.
see it, of course.
Well, you
Here's-
said you had no desire to see
I
that.
don't, but I'm going to see it. I don't think it looks amazing, but I'm going to see it, of course.
It looks amazing.
Um,
and James Wan directed it. I love James
He's
Wan.
good, I know.
He's great, man.
Here's what we mentioned before: Homefront. Stallone
This was a
only
great
wrote
film.
this film.
Great
he did
film.
not star in
No,
it.
it was a great
But
film.
it's a really good action film. Check
really
it out.
is. No, it's great fun.
It's awesome.
Winona Ryder was
Yeah.
the love interest.
Yeah, Kate
Love
Bosworth.
Kate. Yeah, she's a bad guy.
I don't
But
remember.
she kind of swings.
I don't remember.
She's bad.
Spoiler
and she-
alert.
Yeah, I think she swings, and now she helps him.
It's a good movie.
Yeah.
Here we go. Escape Plan.
I love
In
this
my
film.
opinion, one of the best films of him and Schwarzenegger's career.
Well,
Schwarzenegger's awesome.
absolutely, no question. They're both great.
Great film.
I love this film.
It's a really good
You know,
film.
you think it's just going to be a vehicle for the two of them
Yeah.
to just do their shtick, but no, it's really a good escape movie. It gets very technical, it gets
Yeah.
very intricate, and it kind of, I never expected it to be as good
It's
as
so
it
good,
was.
and you get to see some acting on Schwarzenegger that you've never seen. There's a scene where he's screaming in German, and it's the most intense performance I've ever seen him give.
Really?
It's amazing. Well, rewatch it. It's great.
Okay.
Yes, basically Stallone's
He
character.
doesn't
If you
get
haven't
very
seen
intense very often,
I
that's
know.
for sure.
Stallone is a guy who's trained. He's an expert at finding weaknesses in prisons. So he goes
Oh,
into a
that's right.
prison
Yeah,
and
yeah.
finds the weakness.
Okay.
And he ends up teaming up with Schwarzenegger, who's in there as a prisoner.
All
It's
right.
just a fun movie. There's a sequel that's apparently not that good. I haven't seen it.
Oh,
Part
no,
two.
I saw the sequel. It
Yeah.
was lousy.
This is a fun. Stallone's in this film.
Is he?
Yeah,
What is
he's
he- what is he in that?
he's that crew of misfits that they run into in that one scene. There's a couple scenes actually with these guys.
You mean with the blue guy? You mean with Michael Rooker?
I think he teams up with them. I think.
Does he?
Well, they all do. Well, something like that. I don't remember.
Stallone in this
Yeah,
film.
he's got this whole crew of guys.
Yeah?
Because in the comics, his crew of guys, they end up becoming the next version of the Guardians at one point. Yeah. But this is a fun movie. This movie has the highest IMDb rating out of any film he's in.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I'm not surprised.
7.8
It
or
breaks
something.
my heart that we've lost our director.
8.4. I know.
James.
Yeah, they still haven't announced who the replacement is, have
I
they?
know.
Yeah.
Well, I bet that the whole gang is still holding out
Well,
because Disney just hired
I
him.
know.
now.
He's
Not
gonna-
Disney, but
Warner Brothers.
Warner Brothers.
He's
just
going to
hired
help
him
with
the new Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad, which
Right.
is a good fit.
Oh, I think so too.
I think they
he'll
gotta-
save that franchise.
He will, I agree.
He will.
They got to get the guy, Tiki, whatever his name is, that did the last Thor.
Excellent.
He's got to come in to do this.
Spectacular.
Tiki.
And he is a
He's
funny
great.
guy.
He's a funny
I love
guy.
Thor
Yeah.
Heiderdanger.
It's the best.
Whatever the hell.
Ragnarok.
Ragnarok. It's
Yeah.
hilarious. Hilarious.
Great film.
I just recommended it to my nephew. He said, "You're right. It was funny."
So fun.
And the director has that great character he plays.
It's like a rock, right? Like a rock.
He's like a granite guy.
Yeah, yeah.
He's in the thing, but
He's
he's
fun.
like always holding this thing. Oh, I think he's dead. Oh no, he's alive. No, I think he's dead. I mean, he's
great.
He's so low key
He's a
and
New
dry
Zealand guy.
humor. He's very funny.
Very funny. Great film.
And also behind the scenes of that Thor Ragnarok are hilarious.
They are, yeah.
It really
It's
is.
a great film.
And I don't usually watch the
check it
behind the
out.
scenes. You know, I get these discs. I pay a lot of money for these 4K discs. And they was just loaded with 59 featurettes and,
It's too
you know,
much.
23
You can't watch
hours
it all.
of extra stuff, you know. And you got the damn, you know, you got the costume designer sitting there for an hour and a half talking about, oh, we did this and did that and did that. And it, not only for me, I hate the behind the scenes. I mentioned this many times to you, but it ruins the film for me. I saw the Titanic behind the scenes. You know, they only built one side of the ship.
I know they did. Yeah.
You know, and it ruins the film for you.
I know, it takes you out of
suddenly
it. The magic is gone.
The fantasy is gone.
The recipe has been
magic
shown.
is all destroyed.
So we move on.
there we
I didn't
go.
see this yet. I've been
I
meaning to
saw
watch. You said it wasn't that great.
I didn't like it at
Yeah.
all. It's worthless.
Bautista.
And I love Dave Bautista.
Me too. I love them both.
I think he's
Yeah.
great from
Yeah.
Galaxy. I think he's wonderful.
Yeah.
You can see that Sly is beginning to get the Botox here.
Yeah, I know.
Same, you know, the droopy eyes look that category that made him who
I
the
know.
face that he is. He is now taking it all away just to get those lines, those crow's feet out. He's trying to brush them away, and it's
You should just accept it. Don't worry about it.
be who you are, my
I know, man.
Come on.
Oh, well.
But he's an actor, so maybe there's other forces at work telling him, you know.
Well, you know, I know he's trying to stay. He's trying to stay in the game. So maybe that's part of his. You know, wipe out the wrinkles, but you can't escape it. You're 72.
Everybody notices it. It's
I
like
know.
that guy today. Stallone didn't look quite right.
Yeah.
He didn't look quite right.
It's like what's his name? George Hamilton is so tan it looks fake.
Well, George Hamilton, you know, looks like
A burnt carrot.
well, not only is it the burnt carrot, but his skin
I know.
is like it's like you know somebody blew him
I know,
up,
I know.
and you know he's
so
like
weird.
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
very bizarre looking.
So here's just some shots for fun of the Expendables films.
Yeah, Wesley fighting
Wesley Part
to keep
3.
fighting to keep the IRS off his back.
I
here.
know. Well, just pay your
He
taxes.
did go. Well, they got him again.
I know they
just
did. I
recently.
know. I saw
The guy
that.
still can't pay his damn tax. He just resents
What's
paying the government.
It
We all
sucks,
do,
but you gotta do it. As they say, you can't.
Stereo.
You know, you can't fight City Hall.
You can't.
It sucks.
And you can't fight the IRS.
Oh, this shot
either.
is very pixelated. Sorry about
It's
that.
a little grim, but
It
that's
looks-
okay. You
It's
can
the
still
TV.
see everybody.
It's too beautiful.
It is too
Some of these
beautiful.
images can't do
It
it.
magnifies.
Yeah. But you know, these are fun. And now we're back. So we're back to where we started with action. And now we'll just very briefly touch on the very minuscule comedic films that he's done,
Well, all right.
starting with Rhinestone, which I never saw.
Well, Oscar was
It's a-
horrible.
you know,
Rhinestone wasn't too bad. Dolly was hot. She just come off 9 to 5.
yeah, I didn't see this.
I did see it.
He
and-
wrote it,
and
he
was,
sings.
It was kind of good. They had a good chemistry. I enjoyed it.
I
This film was
actually
god-awful.
enjoy this film.
Did you?
It's a lot of fun.
Oh, man,
It's
I-
a guilty pleasure. John Landis directed
This
it.
looks like the same girl we just saw in...
I know, it's not though.
It's not her, though.
Oh, this is god
Oh,
awful.
this was...
Still getting-
this was bad.
Not great at
Well,
all.
Golden Girls Part 3.
Well, the funny thing about this film
Stop or My
is
Mom.
that
And Roger Spottiswoode
directed this. Yeah, who directed
some James Bond stuff.
Yeah, he's
no?
done some other
Yeah,
big stuff. I think
absolutely.
he's done a bunch of movies. I think he did
He
that
did?
movie with Schwarzenegger, the Sixth Day.
Did he?
Did that movie.
Okay.
But the funny thing about this movie is that this came out right in the peak of the competition between
Yeah.
Schwarzenegger and Stallone, which a lot of it was done by the studios and the agents because they knew it was good for business to have these two guys butting heads
Okay.
and competing.
Okay.
Schwarzenegger let it slip deliberately that he wanted to do this movie, knowing that Stallone would jump at it to take it from him.
Yeah.
But he knew it was a stinker, so he fell for it and did it.
Oh.
Kind of funny story.
That is funny.
Yeah, but it's not a great film at all.
I think it came out right around the time
Mid-90s,
Danny
early
DeVito,
90s.
Throw Mama from the Train.
That was '88. This was like '91, '92.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
But it's
I
not
love
great.
Throw Mama from the Train, though.
And I didn't see this, but I know that he does the voice of the tiger, of the
Does he?
lion.
Oh,
the
wow.
lion.
You really did your homework on this.
I spent a lot of time.
Stallone show.
Yeah,
there.
but I didn't want to see
I didn't
this.
care for this film
No.
too much. I liked him better as Mall Cop.
And I didn't see this
He did
either.
the Mall Cop film.
Oh, I didn't care for
Oh,
that.
they were fun.
Yeah?
The Kevin James,
was
they,
all right.
they were okay.
How is this? I didn't see this.
Oh, this was so bad.
I know, it
Oh,
looked
my
terrible.
God, it was so horrible.
but I feel like I should see it.
No, you really shouldn't. I mean, it's
Not good,
just
huh?
two old guys in
Peter
the ring
Siegel.
faking these
Yeah.
these horrible shots. You know, we do have that slow motion. Of
course we do.
You know, where somebody's punched in the face.
We always have that,
and we
yeah.
have the skin. You know, flag.
And this is a comedy, so they're gonna really tone it up.
Michael B. Jordan was on Jimmy Kimmel about 2 weeks ago. And so Jimmy said, okay, what we're going to do is this. You're going to fake hit me and hit me in the face,
Yeah.
but do it in slow motion, and then I'm going to react, and then we're going to show it again fast. And it looked cool.
Yeah.
It looked great. They just did it, boom.
That's
and
cool.
you see Jimmy, you know, he spinned around
Yeah,
in the
yeah, yeah.
chair, and he went back.
I'll look it up on YouTube. That
It
sounds
was fun. It was fun. But this movie's just god awful. They
Well,
both look horrible. They're out of shape. I think they did that purposely so
Well, that's part of the
Stallone
joke,
wouldn't
yeah.
show up how bad De
I
Niro
know.
looked. You know, who's trying to do a Raging Bull kind of.
He
a
hasn't
thing.
been in great shape probably since he did Cape Fear.
And he can't
you know?
act his way out of a paper bag anymore. So.
Well, he's gotten better.
He's gotten
because
a little
he had
better.
a slump for a while.
Well, then
ever
he
since
did,
Silver Linings Playbook,
exactly.
he's much better
no,
now.
he did, and
Yeah.
and he was also good in. He was dynamite in Bad Grandpa.
Oh yeah, Bad
I
Grandpa.
loved him in that. He was funny in that movie.
No, he's
With
getting
Zac
better.
Efron.
He's getting better.
No, he was a kick in that. I gotta say that was good. He's starting to take himself a little bit more seriously as an actor
Yeah,
instead of just
the paycheck stuff. You know?
I remember seeing Joel McHale was at the Kennedy Center the very night that De Niro won for the Kennedy Center.
Honored him, yeah.
Yeah, he honored him as being a recipient of
Yes.
the Kennedy Center Award.
Of course.
And Joel McHale get up and this is what he did. And he didn't know how De Niro was going to take it, but he says, "Oh, I'm De Niro's agent, right?"
Oh, I know.
Ding. Hello? He'll take it. That was it.
That's great.
De Niro comes up to him later on and didn't say anything. Just said, "Oh, you did a great job." But De Niro laughed.
I'm sure
because
funny. He knows.
that's what his agent would do. He'll take it. He'll
Yeah.
take it. I mean, all those.
Well, there was that
horrible
story that
films.
came out a couple of years ago
That was
that
horrible.
overheard at a,
Showtime with Eddie Murphy.
I know. Well, Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Oh, well, he produced that.
I know. What are you doing? No, but there was
What the
a
hell is
story
wrong
that
with
came
him?
out that in one of the papers that he was overheard at a diner, at a restaurant in New York City, at the bar, talking to his wife, saying, "Well, if you didn't
We
spend
just
all
divorced.
yeah,
Just divorced.
They divorced? I didn't know that.
Just divorced
Because
his
they've been
wife
married
last week.
twice.
20
Oh,
years.
shit.
Yeah, he's married.
Well,
for
it didn't
20
work
years,
out the
just
first time.
divorced.
But he
Yeah.
said to her, "If you didn't spend all my money, I wouldn't have to make all these shitty movies."
Well, maybe
Plus,
that's-
he's got a lot of investments, a lot of
Well,
properties,
you know,
restaurants, hotels.
Nicolas Cage, take a memo.
Yeah.
Because he's doing the same thing.
I know.
You know, his manager spent all his money, so poor Nick
I
was
know.
left owing the IRS
I
a ton
know.
of money, and these poor guys,
I
they just
know,
get
they trust the wrong
taken
people.
by these managers.
Yeah.
They end up doing every shitty movie in the book.
So that's pretty much everything we're discussing tonight.
There you go.
Next week we're going to
Opening
cover
this week.
opening this week.
What do we got?
We have the new film.
This looks interesting.
Yeah, from the director of Moonlight.
Yeah, right. I know. I know. I
Based
saw
on
the
James,
preview today.
James Baldwin's novel.
Right.
It
right,
definitely looks
right.
interesting.
Yeah.
I'll
it
probably
does.
go see that.
It doesn't look that interesting to me.
This is up your alley. The Possession of Hannah Grace. It's a
Okay.
horror film.
I see that.
Opening up, I guess, everywhere.
I get. Who is that? It looks
Shay Mitchell,
Robin
whoever
Wright.
that
Oh,
is.
it looks like Robin Wright a little bit.
Creepy, right?
Little
Mixed
bit.
with Gollum.
Yeah, there you
Yeah.
go.
And I will definitely be going to see this, even though it opened up last week.
No desire to see
Frontrunner,
this
I will
film.
review it if you don't
No
want to see it.
desire. Gary Hart was just not
Gotta
as
see it.
charismatic of a guy. It was an interesting story only because of Donna Rice, who was
Yeah.
kind of a hot girl sitting on his lap on a boat out on the middle of the ocean, and he let crews follow him around.
Yeah.
He let a documentary crew follow him, and and there he is sitting there with a girl who's not his wife. It's just stupid to me. I have no desire, but Hugh Jackman's doing it.
He might be up for an Oscar, you never know.
No, never in a million years. I saw today, just as I said to you last week. I said, what's going to be the big
It's going to be Star Wars Born, we know that.
Stars Born, and who else did I say? I said Christian Bale
Oh yeah, for Vice, of
for
course.
Vice.
Yeah.
And today, there it was in Variety. The two big contenders.
Those two.
Christian Bale.
But I also think he has a
And
chance at
Bradley
a
Cooper.
nomination also. Not to win, but a nomination probably.
I hope they give it to Jonathan, what's his
Price.
face?
Well, that's what I would like to see.
Yeah, me
Price,
too.
I'd like to see him because I love Hugh.
Yeah,
and
but,
whoever else.
I love Hugh too.
Shut up. No, I think he'll probably get a nomination.
I hope not.
He's got a good chance.
I don't think
What
so.
if he's great in the film?
He,
Did you hear that they're trying to get him to do Wolverine one more time for the next Deadpool?
Really?
Yeah.
What's this Deadpool thing coming out December 12th?
It's a recut of the movie with new scenes, but for a PG-13 version.
Oh no.
Crap! Just for money. That's all that is, a money grab.
Yeah, it's called Deadpool.
Deadpool, we want more money.
Yeah, right.
Pretty
No,
much.
it's called. I saw it. I saw a big stand-up
Yeah, I
thing
know.
at the theater today.
It's a
and
redo.
It said Deadpool, the something or other.
Yeah, it's another version. Crap.
Yeah, yeah.
But that's our show, kids.
All right.
We'll see you next week for
next week.
episode 100.
Is that right?
100.
That's amazing.
It's amazing. It's a good thing.
It is
We
amazing.
got there.
Well, we're going to try and get through the end of the year because we got a
lot of good stuff
Got
coming
a lot of
up.
good stuff.
Because
coming up.
technically, to complete a whole second year, we have to get to 52 episodes because there are 52
Weeks in a year. Correct.
And tonight, episode 99, I believe is only 46 for this year because we did take a decent amount of weeks off this year throughout the
Did
year.
we took 6 weeks off.
Well, there was probably 2 consecutive at one time, 1 here, 1 there. It adds up. I think we
Well,
did 6.
we're
Yeah.
still 4 weeks short of the year, though.
Well, yeah. So we're gonna do that, and then so by the
So
end of
that'll
the
give
year,
us 50.
we'll probably get to 50.
50 episodes.
Then we'll do 2 more in January.
So we only missed 2 episodes all year? No.
No.
We
but-
missed about
Well, no.
4 or 5.
Technically, if we were staying all the way true to doing this every single week, we would have hit episode 54 back in September because we started on September 21st, 2016. Had we gone every single week, we would have hit the 2-year mark earlier for a
Of
full
course,
year,
of course.
calendar year.
Of course.
But we're doing our show each instead of a season of 24 episodes. We're giving you 52.
Yeah. Take that.
So we'll be here
you
for a little
worthless
longer this
slime
year.
who don't watch us.
Exactly. But we'll see you next week regardless.
We'll see you next week.
Be
folks.
safe, everybody.
Be good.
Take
Take
it
care.
easy. We love you.
I love to the kids.
And the dogs.
Okay.
Okay. Bye.
Road. Yeah, where we going now? Yeah, Mr. Let's